This Lion fan base have and they've got it today at Ford Field in Detroit. Straight ahead, it's Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a great one in store between the Green Bay Packers and the Detroit Lions. It's that most wonderful time of the year, the NFL playoffs, as we're underway on EA Sports. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Once again, it's Swift. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
Sometimes in the run game, you can make the argument that quickness beats size. And how about the example right here?
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Sliding out of the pocket. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
First down, and they go with Swift again. He fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low. Make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Watson. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. He'll buy some time right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Rashawn Gary in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. Every possession in the postseason magnified. And look, it's just the opening drive. They didn't get the touchdown they wanted, but at least they got on the board.
They got on the board. They've got their home crowd into it as well. And remember, in the playoffs, the game slows down a little bit, so every point is precious.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
From the 29, Rodgers. He finds his man, complete. It's Nash. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. A gain there of 21 yards. Now a first down carry by Jones. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Wayne McNeil forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office, they get a bigger and bigger collective smile because they feel more confident that they have found their guy, their future at quarterback.
And they should feel that way. It's obvious he's a big part of why they have such a good record this season. You're right about the bright future as well, and by association, a bright future for the franchise too.
And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Watson, a little touch pass on the jet sweep. And he'll take this all the way down to the 15-yard line. A big play there for Detroit. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Watson. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads hit that route to the outside in this game, he'll test the perimeter. But that time, they were up to the challenge.
Swift going to try up the middle. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Throwing on third down, Watson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. And the Packers are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that third down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. The offense running out, and they are charged up ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Rodgers. This one swung out here to Jones. Finding space at the 40. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down. So a nice throw right there. And this, we all know, a big test for this young man at quarterback. He guided his team into the playoffs as a wild card. Now here he is on the road looking to get his guys to the second round. It's certainly a tough task no matter how you slice it.
Oh, I absolutely agree 100%. And while no one around the franchise is going to, co-sign on what I'm about to say, because all they're focused on is winning this game. But let's face it, partner, no matter what happens in this one, they've got their quarterback to build their roster around for the future. That's got to feel good for everyone associated with this team.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Rodgers now to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there. Tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Rodgers. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And the Lions are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Well, this is something we've seen before, partner. We've seen a defense bait a rookie, pretend to leave a window open, and then the defensive back jumped it as soon as the ball was released. Big-time play. They love taking advantage of the youngsters, and in this case, it paid off well.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. 40 yards rushing for him now in the ballgame.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, and the Packers pick it up. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. And maybe some indecision there on what looked to be an RPO. He wound up keeping it, but that defense right on him to strip it away.
And typically when we see that type of indecision on an RPO, that means it's well defended. He had nowhere to go with it, and that allowed the defense to get to him and knock it free and make it a turnover.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. An inside give to Jones. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
I think a lot of times when we see a sack, you say, well, you blame it on the offensive line, the quarterback. But here, maybe you just tip your hat to the defender. What a play.
Yeah, and I think sometimes they just get a sense of the play before the ball's even snapped. Kind of like a sprinter anticipating the gun in a race. They're off, and guess what? The quarterback's down.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. Take it in at the 22. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering.
Makers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily to look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
We'll get this up to about the 44.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Now it's Watson, a bootleg, rolling to his right.
That throw taken in by Jameson Williams. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Two minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. So not his arm, but hurting him with his legs, a gain of 90.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness.
The lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 10-7.